Hi everyone, after watching this video, don't forget to give a like, subscribe to my channel, and check out my other stories that are already out there. Enjoy watching. My mom's name is Lisa. She is 38 years old, a slender, beautiful, and fit woman who has been working in a law firm for almost 20 years. I am 29 years old. My name is John. I really like sweets, you know what I mean. My mom has been working remotely for the past 5 years and only rarely visits the office. She does most of her business online. Mom doesn't have many friends or associates, and sometimes I think she should get out more. It's been a long time since she's had a partner to spend the night with. I decided to help her because health is an important part of our lives. She deserves to enjoy life outside of work. She is so dedicated to her work that she often spends extra hours finalizing her projects. I think it's her way of making sure she always puts her best foot forward. I spend most of my time at home, too. I rarely go out, and I don't have many friends. I am a part-time student and play games a lot. We live in a cozy private house on the outskirts of town. It is quiet here, especially in winter when neighbors come only on weekends. On these quiet evenings, I sometimes look out the window, imagining how life might be different if I had more friends or hobbies besides playing games. But there is a certain comfort in the quiet of our little world. In these quiet moments, my mom and I often talk about different topics. She once confessed to me that years ago she was in love with her boss. According to her, it was a youthful crush that helped her stay motivated at work. She said she admired his intelligence and charisma, qualities that inspired her to work even harder. I shared some of my stories with her, although they mostly involved failed attempts to make friends or take up hobbies. Despite our different experiences, our conversations always brought us closer together. It felt like we were sharing parts of ourselves that we hadn't revealed before. One memory in particular stands out in my mind. On her last birthday, my mom dressed up in her best outfit. She looked amazing with makeup and confidence. I gave her a bouquet of flowers and told her how much I loved her. We celebrated in silence, just the two of us, and talked until deep into the night. Seeing her happy and relaxed made me realize how much she sacrifices to keep our lives stable. That night she told me stories about her childhood, how she and Aunt Susan explored the woods near their home, and the messes they got into. I rarely saw the other side of her, playful and full of life. Recently, Aunt Susan, Mom's older sister, invited us to her birthday party in the country. Mom was thrilled with the idea, and although I was a little reluctant at first, agreed. It had been a long time since we had seen our relatives, and it was a good chance to reconnect and take a break from the routine. Aunt Susan had always been a person who brought people together. Mom often told me how, when she was young, Aunt Susan's house was the gathering place for the whole family. Toward evening, we began to prepare gifts. Mom suggested we buy some beautiful cosmetics for Aunt Susan, as she said she wanted to pamper herself, but didn't know what to choose. We spent hours discussing which shades would suit her best and eventually settled on a gorgeous set. On the day of the party, we drove about 3 hours and arrived early in the morning. Aunt Susan greeted us warmly. She is now 48 years old, but still keeps herself graceful and charming. Soon other relatives and neighbors joined the party, and the house resounded with laughter and conversation. The warmth in the room made me realize how much I had missed such lively gatherings. I was pleasantly surprised at how much I enjoyed the company. People were fun and friendly, and the time flew by. Toward evening, most of the guests dispersed and only a few people remained. Aunt Susan made our bed in the guest room and said good night. Before we went to bed, Mom and Aunt Susan and I sat in the kitchen and reminisced about old times. They laughed about childhood pranks and the strict rules their parents followed. Listening to them, I appreciated what they had in common. The next day, my mom and I decided to explore a nearby lake. The day was sunny and windless, perfect for a walk. On the shore of the lake, Mom leaned on her arms, basking in the sun. Her serene expression made me think about how rarely I see her truly relaxed. She's always so focused on her work and taking care of everything. For a moment, I wished she had more days like this, carefree and happy. I said to my mom, "Mom, we haven't had this for a long time. Be patient, son. We'll come home, and I'll treat you to my sweet pie. I miss it myself," my mom replied. I was waiting for this moment, and I couldn't bear to do it. My mom's sweet pie is worthy only of me. We could sit by the lake for hours, talking about life, dreams, and what we hoped to accomplish. It seemed as if time had stopped, but we both knew in that moment what we really wanted. As we walked toward the house, she thanked me for being with her. "You're growing up so fast, Alex," she said with a smile. Her words lingered in my memory for a long time. I realized how much I admire her resilience and dedication and beauty. She's not just my mom, she's an incredible person with her own dreams and stories. I told her how proud I was of her and how much I appreciated everything she had done for us. Her eyes sparkled with emotion, and in that moment I felt a deeper connection with her. Our visit to Aunt Susan's house reminded me of the importance of family and how much small moments of togetherness can mean. As we drove home, I looked forward to creating more memories like these. Life isn't always made up of big events. Sometimes it's the quiet, heartfelt moments that leave the deepest impressions. On the way back home, my mom and I planned future visits, vowing to connect more often with the rest of the family. It was a promise we were both going to keep. Thank you for listening to this story. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. See you next time.